What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Guns Butter TV. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, SHOT Show 2022. I couldn't be more excited. I told you guys you're gonna see a lot of smiles in this video. I'm here today with the one and only.
I'm John Snodgrass. I'm a product line manager for tactical products for Leupold and Stevens.
Awesome. You guys know that from Leupold Delta Point Pro. You've seen it ran in competitions. You hear me talk about it on my channel. Definitely something I'm super interested in. And actually yesterday at the Industry Range Day, I got a chance to shoot both and thoroughly impressed, needless to say. So shout out to you guys on your side, putting products together like this. Talk to me a little bit about what went into the development of this. I mean, it's a lot of red dot optics, you know. What is the one that, you know, what makes this so different, so to say?
So with the Delta Point Pro, so we're really proud of our performance red dots. That's one thing we like to emphasize is, and there's a lot of options out there in the market at pretty much any price point you can imagine. Ours were really designed to perform and be there when you need them. So whether it's competition, self-defense, anything that you may need to use a handgun for, we want to make sure that dot is going to work and it's going to perform when you need it. When we first started developing the Delta Point Pro, the reason it's got that Pro moniker on there, we spent a lot of time actually working with the military on the design. So they had a lot of requirements that were pretty stringent and tough to meet. So that's where a lot of the design came from on the DP Pro. It's waterproof down to 33 feet, so if for some reason it gets submerged, if it gets submerged, it is waterproof. Easy access, so the battery compartment is on top, so you don't have to take your sight on or off. It's super simple. Just hit the latch and the door flips up. It's got a magnet in there to help pull the battery out, so really fast and simple to replace, and you don't have to worry about re-zeroing just to replace the battery. We were the first ones to use quick adjustments, so you got a good fine detent on each click. Large field of view, so it's got a big window on it. It's really easy to keep your heads up and target focused and find that dot.
And if you know, I actually used this optic at the Glock booth, like I said, and 389 was my highest time for 5 moving targets over there. It's the record when I left, so I got to check back and see if I'm still holding that. But I credit that to this optic. I mean, like I said, my first time using it, the dot was clear, crisp. You know, a lot of times you'll turn the dot up, it'll bleed out some. I didn't get any of that. And I mean, I was impressed, like I said. Now, from a competition line, what about more with EDC? What's something else that would be offered from you guys?
So we have this is the Delta Point Micro. Micro, hence the small size. So this was designed with the idea of personal defense, concealed carry, home defense. It's a very compact sight, obviously. Mounts very low on top of the slide. So the nice thing with this, if you're not used to shooting red dot sights and trying to get around that learning curve with holding and presenting the gun different, with this being on the same plane as the front sight, it's very easy and very fast to pick up. It works really good. It's designed for the smaller guns like your Glock 43s, your Smith & Wesson Shields, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's easy to conceal and carry. This actually has what we call an enclosed system. So the LED is inside the housing, so you don't have to worry about those environmental conditions like you do with a traditional red dot sight, where snow, grease, grime can get down in between the lens and the emitter. Yep. So it's a very durable sight. Nice and compact, 3 MOA dot. It runs a 1632 battery, and with that, you're going to get about 35,000 hours of runtime on the medium setting. So long battery life. Again, the battery is easy to access, so you don't have to worry about taking the sight off to change the battery. It's designed so you can remove the slide from the pistol without removing the sight also. So
I think the biggest selling point, the biggest two, I think the transitioning from irons to a red dot, that learning curve, I think this would be a great step for somebody that wants to venture out, get into that optic game. And number two, the fact that you can put this on a non-optic ready slide. If you're on a Glock 48, Glock 43, pop out the rear sight, it sits in the dovetail, correct?
Correct.
Dovetail fitting. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is definitely something good to look out for. I would suggest picking one up. Like I said, I shot one yesterday. Took the record with this one. So, we can pause for a little bit. Pause class.
Price points on?
Yeah, we're going market. Okay. So, we got the Delta Point Pro. We got the concealed carry loophole micro. Now, let's talk numbers. That's what the people want to know. Entry level, coming in the game, want to transition to the red dot. Is this an expensive option for somebody, or what are you looking at?
It's actually very, very reasonably priced. It's a great value. The Delta Point Micro retails at $399.99. But the great thing with that, as you mentioned, it mounts on your slide that's already on your pistol. So a lot of times, guys, if you don't have an optics-ready gun already, you have to machine the slide. That adds cost, changing the sights out. So being able to just knock that rear sight out and mount this, it provides a lot of value at $400.
I mean, and to think, you get your slides milled, they do it wrong, you void your warranty. I mean, you take a lot of factors in consideration when you go that route. However, this option here presented, you can avoid that. Like you said, at a great price point, $399. I think that's definitely fair in the market for a closed emitter micro system with a lifetime warranty. I don't think you can argue with that. In regards to the Delta Point Pro, price point.
And so the DP Pros, they start at $399.99 also. There's a few different options available in the Delta Point Pro. We have either a 3 MOA dot or a 6 MOA dot. You can get it with a dark earth finish to match some of the new pistols that are coming out in that Coyote Tan or dark earth model. And then we also have a sight that's optimized for new night vision. So your price points will run from $399.99 up to about $16.
Night vision. I probably could use that on one of my hog hunts. That would be nice, man.
Hey, the great thing about the Delta Point Pro is it's super versatile. So it runs really good on a shotgun. It runs great on an AR style rifle. There's a lot you can do with it.
Military thoughts behind this, military backing. They had to meet their protocol. So the waterproof factor, that just kind of blew me out. I had no idea about that. I never really thought about, I mean, obviously I'm not a Marine, but I never really thought about what happens if my optic gets wet. So that alone is another big selling point. I mean, $399, you can go with your competition, or you can even EDC this as well, or you can kind of take a step in the micro direction. Attach this right on your frame, right on your slide with no modifications. So, I mean, I think this sells itself right here, guys. Definitely take a look for some of these on one of my pistols in the near future here. John, I appreciate your time, man.
DJ, it was great.